Welcome to the Bosporan Kingdom campaign for Et Impera 1.2.8. In the last part, we pushed west and completed this province here, so that we've now got a pretty strong bastion here defending our western flank. Now, my original plan was to push out in this direction and take Petrova and effectively take control of Dacia, because this is a pretty strong province to actually take. It's also pretty profitable, but what I've found is that the Romans are pushing out here quite hard, and therefore I'd rather have Dacia here acting as a buffer. So what we're going to have to do is turn our attention towards this side of the map. Now this side is getting quite interesting, because what seems to be happening, well, let's just talk politics actually, is I was looking at this just before I started recording, and what seems to have happened is the Kartli are actually a satrapy of Armenia, along with the Trapezoid usurpers. Looks like Armenia is getting pretty powerful, but they are at war with the Seleucids and their satrapies. So I'm hoping that these troops here will get a bit distracted and kind of effectively push down south, which should allow me possibly to sneak in and take this region here. Another possible candidate is over here. I'm not sure if these guys on their own. Yeah, they are. I mean, that could be a nice possible candidate. The only trouble is it's a little bit far away from our other settlement in this area. But what that would do is give us the ability to curve round and do that. So what we're going to be going for is an expansion in this direction. Yeah, so what we're thinking about is either coming across here and taking out this settlement here, because what that would do is give us a bigger eastern buffer. Although I'm not going to go any further, because getting out here to Dalax and I think up to Ra here is a bit of a pain in the neck. And then what we'll do then is kind of probably come in here, try and take this settlement here, but I'm going to need to get my agent to do some reconnaissance. The real problem is how strong a reaction we will get from Armenia, because we'd probably end up fighting multiple forces. So where's my agent? I've got to find it. Where are you, agent? Oh, there's the agent. Right. We want to get our agent down into this area. But of course, in order to fight down here, we're going to need to build up our forces. So I've got my army over here. And what I've done since the end of the last part is I've got myself a couple of Scythian horse archers. And these are pretty good, actually. And you can see they've actually got 28 armor. And they've got quite a lot of missile damage and some range. So we're going to start bringing this army down this way. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about these two armies here. What I might do is merge the two together eventually. But I think at the moment, just to ensure that we got a lot of stability in this area, we'll keep them as two separate armies. Because I think that will ensure that... Oh, we've got a second... Oh, did I buy another? Okay, we're going to have to... Where are you? Okay. We've got... another member of the family here. Take a look at the politics. He's a pacifist. Got a feeling we may have to get this guy killed. But he's actually a politician. Okay. That's a little bit unfortunate. Right, we got our... This guy... Let me just take a quick look at what we got here. You've got spears. You're a general there. You're a general. This is a general that we may need to use. Why have you got... why are you not sure why I've got an admiral, a general, that's got a trait for an admiral. I think we need to change you. I think we'll actually change you to that. What have you got? Get you there, and I think what we'll do is flip them around a little bit. Bit of a mistake there. Got an heir. I think at the moment, how old are you? You're 51. I think we're gonna can't make you the heir. Okay, probably because it's the line is wrong here. So what we're gonna do is move my army down here and build it up with a view to getting in a position here. So probably most of this video is going to be taken up with moving the army into position. The other thing I would also like to do is we just completed some research. We've got natural philosophy. It's this one. This has given us more cultural conversion. Now, the reason I'm pushing cultural conversion is so that I can also carry on with my policy of having nomadic recruitment up here. Because you can see, if I show you here, what we've got is we've got a nice range of units here which we can recruit from, and including archers. We've got a nice range of we've got Scythian armored archers now. See that there? They're pretty expensive, but again, I think we'll be able to, once we've got some money flowing in, we'll be able to use these quite effectively as well. So you can see here, we do have a lot of capability. What we are very light on at the moment is infantry. So we need to get our Hellenic barracks up and running so that we've got a stronger front line. But eventually we will be able to bring these forces into to effectively create some cav armies, but we can't afford it just at the moment. So for that reason, what I want to do is actually, what's the upgrade path? Foreign Kingdom, Hellenic. So we need to get here. So we got to get nomadic colony. Right, we're just gonna have to push directly for that. We've got a little bit of cash. We need to spread the recruitment round. I wouldn't mind. We're going to need a bit more of a front line, because the troops over here, now the Armenians also have pretty strong horse archers as well, but I think these guys, their units are more infantry based, so we're going to need to get that. We don't need any more, what we call it, missile troops. Sorry, brain faded a little bit there. Let's see what we've got in the, so we don't even hear, all we've got is these guys, and they're not, I mean, they're okay, but they're not really going to stand that long. What we need is the melee infantry, which I think is what we need here. Let me just see. What we need is these guys. Although I've got a feeling we may not get these until we've got the reforms, but I think if we can get some, I think these are heavy spearmen. We can use these to protect the flank, and then of course what we can do is use these as well. I mean, they've got some armor, but more importantly here they've got the charge bonus and the weapons damage, so we're going to need to use those to hack through the heavier units over here. So I think that's all we can do this turn. So just going to get for an end turn. New political appointments. Peace negotiated between the Adrii and Rome. That's good. It shows the Adrii are holding back the Roman influence. Alliance forged between Pergamon and Egypt. That's interesting. The Dorsai and the Dracians have gone to war. We've got a whole load of new stuff here. We've got the nomadic township, which is what we were building here. Again, it means that I don't think we really need to go up to that level just yet. We'll go there eventually, because at the moment this is increasing our nomadic influence here. But we should still be, yeah, we got 25 against 12 at the moment, which means that once we get past 50%, where things should be a little bit better. Of course, up here, one of the problems we're always going to have every cycle is attrition because of the winter. Probably a harsh winter. Let me just see. One of the joys there, extreme blizzard, minus 50% campaign movement range, their growth there, plus 20% attrition for forces and local armies. I mean, it's one of the joys of starting on the northern part of the map. Bring this army over. Use the fleet just so we don't take the attrition. There. Don't think there's much else I can do. We're going to build up a kind of war chest at the moment while we're getting troops into position. Yeah, we've got nothing else here. But actually, one thing I did notice is I think I can get another agent. Yeah, I can get another one of these. I think what we might do is use the agent to do a little bit of reconnaissance. Like the growth in +1 growth, I think we'll go with the growth. And of course, we're going to get our agent and sniff around down here. So this is undefended. You can see here the makeup of the garrison here. So it's got Eastern Cavalry, Eastern Spearmen, Eastern Militia, Townfolk. More importantly, I want to kind of creep over here and see what's going on in here. So this guy has already got a garrison of 17. See lots of military recruitment here. But also what I'd like to find out is, oh, looks like Armenia's got this place. So the Kartli are just got these two regions here. Now that's an opportunity. Although these guys are recruiting. Are you actually at war with anyone? You're at war with the Roxilani. Again, we've got a possible opportunity here because the Roxilani are right up here. And the AI is crazy enough to want to try and go up there. So if they build an army and send it up here, what we might be able to do is kind of come across here and take this settlement. Then what that would do is give us two regions in here. And that is an option. You know, we're just going to go for an end turn. It comes in the attrition report. It's a lovely place to be. We've now got everything completed on that side. What we'll do is bring this army. And we're just gonna send him up towards, say, Tanais. I'm just gonna bring you back here. And the reason I've sent him up here is because I'm trying to spread the load a little bit with respect to the population. I think Bosporan cavalry. These got. I think at the moment what we're going to do is got Paltas. I mean, these guys, Thracian footmen. I think we're just going to recruit another one of those. It just suddenly occurred to me that, well, we've got a trade link with these guys. I think at the moment we're just deploy her here so that we can get a little bit of growth going in here, because what I'm also thinking about is getting this so that we can get a workshop, so that we can get some artillery, so that we can, how can you say, make it a bit easier to take this settlement here, or all settlements, and like at least one army with we'll just come over. What I'd like to do is just open up this little bit of the map here and see what's going on, see where the disposition of forces is. Let me just see anything here that I can take that up. That would just consume a little bit of food. I don't think we've got any problems with sanitation at the moment. So we're in a little bit of an impasse at the moment with respect to, I mean, we've got really good public order here. I don't really need food, and we're on an extra 50. Actually, what we could do is take this up. We got a total of 1. Part of me would like to take that up. We've got a bit of food surplus here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to knock that down. We're going to take, because I think if we can get in copper production here, it will make a bit of a difference. Question is, well, we can run with some squalor, but what would we get here? Trying to get an extra 100 odd. I think I'm going to hang on to the money and see what we can build in Tanith and A's. So I think that's all we can do. I'm just going to go for an intern. Faction destroyed. Wow. There's a lot of factions going down here. Troops recruited. What we're going to do is we're going to go the route of copper production. As that means that what we should be able to do is improve our armor in the long term. Put that there. We've got 5,000 left here. How's the garrison up here? It's getting there. Kind of a bit inclined to pull this unit back. This army is... yeah, I think we're going to pull these guys back and possibly combine forces. I think having a... I don't think we really need an army up here now. So we're going to just pull you back here. Is this actually... yeah, it's taxed, so we still got 16 food, which is good, but there's a possibility that is from bonus. Plus these guys aren't recruiting anymore. We need to get our... this is our faction leader, isn't it? He needs to kind of recover. Because this needs to be a full stack army. You're nearly a full stack army. No, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 4 archers, 2 horse archers. We actually got a small reduction in maintenance cost. What I'm going to do is go for a front line of 4 of these, and then possibly, if we can get the research done, is replace these with the, what we call it, sorry about this, is replace those with these guys who are going to be pretty strong in defense, protect the flanks, and then we can get some of these in as an offensive capability. But that's going to be a few turns away. That's the nature of the beast, because if you're going to kick a hornet's nest, you've got to be prepared, and especially in this current situation. So what we're going to do is just keep pushing the agent around here, open this bit of the map up, see what's going on. Not particularly interested in these guys, the Trapezos usurpers, because that's part of Bithis et Pontus. It looks like 3 of these areas here are actually owned by the Galatians. Actually, who are the Galatians at war with? They're at war with, so it looks like everyone's ganging up on the Seleucid Empire, which is good, because what could happen is if the Seleucid Empire collapses, the Galatians may eventually go to war with Armenia. So at the moment we're just going to be a little bit kind of tricky and devious, is probably the polite way of saying it. So I'm just going to go for another end turn. Child has died. Unseasonal conditions, experience unusual conditions. Okay, thank you. Right. Troops recruited. What I'm going to do now is we're going to merge up these armies. We're going to give him... what I want to do is give him 1 of each of those, and we're going to give him all the infantry. But what I want to have left is an army of 3 units here, and then we're going to move you this way. The reason I've left this as 3 units because this is the minimum requirement for go to put your unit, your army into patrol. So what we're going to do is use this as a governor army, and then this one can just carry on healing up and be effectively our kind of deterrent army, is probably the polite term, not a defensive army against anyone who comes in this way. And then these guys can move back into, well, they can rove around, be a governor army, kind of keep the income up a little bit. And what they will also do is that will also give this guy a chance to get a bit of experience. And then what we'll probably do is rotate them around a little bit. And politics, let's take a look. Yeah, the politics is strong. Can this guy get married yet? Yes, he can. We're gonna get him married, and then we're gonna send her out on. We can go to the Bastani. I'm gonna transfer my arm with these guys to start with. What can you get? No, not that. Try and give her some. You want to give her gravitas and authority. Leading an army, nope. What I'm looking for is something, anything that's. We'll give her some authority actually. Right, this army's now got a reasonable front line, so what we're going to do is bring it down here. I don't really want to recruit anything else just at the moment. Right, these guys have gone off to war. There's the Roxilani coming down. What's our relationship with the Roxilani? We're at war with everybody again as well. We're kind of 50-50 with the Roxilani. Okay, so I think we'll just have a quick look at the settlements. A little bit disappointed with the sanitation. We could kind of sneak this up a little bit. Give us minus 4% heavy unit recruitment cost. Bit more growth, but give me one more growth per turn. Otherwise we'll just have to take a risk with the sanitation. We got the money for it. I think we're going to go for it. If we get disease, we get disease. That's the way it is. I must admit, I'm not 100% certain about the sanitation situation now since 1.28 come out, but we're going to be okay. Actually, we've forgotten all about these guys, but these are just kind of sat here doing nothing. I think at the moment we could probably just drop you in patrol. That would kind of push the public order a little bit. If we pull this army down to attack here, we're going to need a bit more. But then we can always bring her over to reinforce. So we're just going to go for an intern. Wow. Well, we got the money, so we'll counter the rumors. And of course, we're now researching Hellenization. So we've got that there. So we can actually push up the nomadic colony over here, but I don't think that's actually going to give us that much. Oops. We get you. I think we'll bring you over to here. And I think let's just look at the supply situation in here. It's high fertility, supply change 12, estimated consumption 17. So now I've combined the two armies together and moved this army out. This should start to improve, and then what these guys should do is not suffer attrition so much. Let me just see. What was it here? We go to tier 3. We get the heavy spearmen as well from this route. We also get these guys. Who are these? Wow, they're not bad actually. They've got a fair amount of. What's the consequence of this? It's going to cost me 3 food. Minus 15 public due to presence of foreign cultures. And plus 9 diplomatic bonus with nomadic cultures. Plus 6. 10% wealth from agriculture. And we get extra garrison here as well. We get an extra garrison unit here. It's cheap. I'm going to go for it, guys, actually. think we're also going to go with this. It's going to consume food, but I think if we can get the extra growth going, I think that might make a difference. Because if we can get some more leveling up going in over here as well. So I think at the moment we're just going to have to build tall at the moment while we kind of consolidate our position down here. Bring you round. Can't get through there. I think we'll come into here and then down through here just to see what the Armenians are up to. So we've got that there. Of course, what I can do is just pop this guy into. We're just going to go for an intern. Oops. Oh, Panope. Where you? You're over here. What have you got? I think we can go with public order there. Empire maintenance, cultural conversion. We're probably going to need this. Lots of wounding enemies. Actually, let's go with that first, just to kind of increase our income by a smidge, and just go for an intern. Right, household expands. Iron Hero has got a guard dog, 1 zeal plus. Okay. But these guys have come up here. No, not these here. I think what we'll do is we'll move this army down this way. I know it's not much of an army, but just don't want him kind of sniffing around, trying to find our weak points. Right, so these guys are here. I just want to see how far the Armenians have eaten into the Seleucid. Looks like the Seleucid Empire is here. Looks like the Armenians have gone out that way. So if we can come round and up through here, just to open the map up, this is going to be quite important. They're exchanging combat there. That's nothing to do with us. I don't really want to kind of get any more troops in here just at the moment. So we've got one more turn and then that will appear. It'd be nice to take this up. This will... Current squalor is 2. And that will take up that. I think we'll use the money for this. Take up our capital. Maybe it's time to make our capital a little bit stronger. So go for another intern. Okay, we've got a subject gains notoriety. The name of your subject slips over and prosperity. Of Walton construction report. We've now completed the temple and the copper mine. Concealed army. Where are you? It looks like the Roxilani are driving back these guys. So we may get a conclusion over here. What we're going to do is bring this army down into the settlement. Because he's got 3 units, he detracts from here. But what he should do by being in the settlement is get a little bit more experience. Right, we got this guy. What do we want here? Word has reached us of a Gallic slave who's skilled with the goldsmith. I think we'll free him. This will improve and fetch a much higher price here. I think we'll go with that. We got... I think we can send her out to the Bastani. If she can... Because if we can get her up to level 4, that will improve both the loyalty and the thing. Here's this guy's here.
Well met, friend. Sit and let goods.
Right, we may have a problem here.
Little gain in trade between our
Although they are at war with the ally. Don't really want to go that direction though, that's the problem. Again, we've got horse archers. A land of horse archers. It's really, I think you can move that far. How many more turns? We've got 7 turns. I think what we'll do is just bring this army back, just in case. Oh, nope, cancel. The advantage is that if we bring this army over here, we might be able to get a couple of these guys. What do they call it? Scythian Axemen. Yeah, oh no, we haven't quite. We got 8 turns for that. So, I mean, this army can now move relatively quickly, and I don't want to move too. I know some of you might say, oh, wow, you're being ultra cautious. Well, to be honest, at this point in the game, with so many people that can get a little bit upset with you, it's worth being ultra cautious, is probably the polite way of saying it. Who are you? You're the Trapezos. So they've actually pushed down quite a long way here. So Armenia is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So what we're going to have to do is try and engineer a war against these guys without actually declaring war on Armenia, and hope that we can take these out and expand without actually getting into a bit of a conflict in that direction. Although something tells me that we might be going in this direction, but I don't really want to go in that direction. And those provinces can be a little bit of a pain. You've got, I mean, it'd be nice to get a bit of extra armor, but we'd need to make some money from that first. I mean, the wealth here, we may have to trade wealth for, yeah, I think we may have to build a copper trader here to begin with, rather than go straight for the armor, just to get the money, because that would be equivalent of 1 good unit in here. I'm just going to go for another end turn. Oops, should have looked a bit more about the other things. Okay, political and betrayed technology research penalty. Thank you, game. Hidden agent exposed. Hidden agent exposed. Got the golden Gaul. So we've got for 4 turns plus 10% wealth from all commerce. That could be useful. War declared. So the Adrii are back to war with the Romans. So the Trapezos usurpers have broken away from the Armenians. Now that would be nice if these guys did it. Oh, the reason they've broken away is that wow, the Seleucids are up here. I think we need to get our agent over this way. And this could change the whole ball game. Wow. These guys are still hanging around the border. You've got an opportunity here. I think I can afford to wait. It's going to be 7 turns though. I mean, it'd be great if the Seleucids came up and took this settlement, and then we could declare war on the Seleucids and come in and take this. And then that means we wouldn't stir up this hornet's nest. I think we're just going to keep this army in this area for the moment. And I think what we're going to do is just send this guy to here. He's going to take a bit of attrition. I think what we'll do is we'll station him out here, because we still got to deal with the public order issues here. Probably we're not. Now you can see here, this is one of the interesting things about culture, is that even though their influence is greater than ours, we're still leveling up. And the reason for that is that the way culture works is that it balances between the two figures, because we've only got 19% and this is 80%. But the culture will continue to drop until these come into equilibrium. This is something you need to always remember with culture, is the fact that it's not how much you got, it's the equilibrium balance between it. It's probably even out when we get to about 30-40%, and that's when we're going to start pushing back a little bit. Let's see, we're building up 4 turns. That we're still holding our food really well. My instinct is to go for a copper trader. It's going to take 6 turns to build. I mean, this would be nice to get the extra armor, but I think at the moment money is more important. So at the moment we get 150, so this would give us an extra 150 income, which -1 banditry. Maybe we will go, I mean, 4% armor, all provinces. No, I think we're just going to go for the money at the moment, then I can flip it to armor later on. So we got that there. I think I've got enough time for one more end turn. It's always a bit difficult when you're doing these early turns, because I edit out the end turn steps. It's difficult to gauge how long the video is actually going to last. We've got that's there. Right, we got our commander here. Certainly like increase that. That will give us some. Continue increasing our rank here. Some of our units here are getting quite good. You can see how slow you can see how long it takes to heal up a general. I mean, we've done quite a few turns and we're still not got the general completely healed. So we're just going for one more end turn. Right, a royal rival comes of age. Be careful. Yes, we're going to get a new member of the family. Desertion. Yeah, well, recent rank admiral. Our spies become philosophic. So what we're going to do is sneak this. Yeah, sure. Send you out this way. These guys have gone, which is good, because it means we can bring this army into here. We got lots and lots of lovely public order. So we got this army here. I'm going to bring him back across the water, I think, because the more I look here and the more I think about this, is that we've got an opportunity here. Let's just take a look at the politics again. It's interesting. We have an opportunity here because the Seleucids have really pushed up here. They've liberated these guys. If we could get in and get this settlement, and then we could possibly build a case to push into here. And because if we can get this army over here, I can then bring this army back as effectively as a support cannon fodder. These guys have adequately defended themselves, mainly probably because of attrition. Yeah. Because one of the problems with moving through this area is winter attrition. It's a real pain in the neck. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.